Hello everyone, I'm Amit Kumar Poddar. I'm currently enrolled in graduate rotational internship program by the Spark Foundation as a data science and business analytics intern. And here I'm sharing the task 4 of this internship. I have done exploratory data analysis on global terrorism and tried to find out the issues and insights from the data set through various graphs and visualization tools. So let's start. First, I have imported the important libraries and read the data. Here you can see that this is a data set on which we have to work on. Moving on, I have derived these columns. Coming to shape, this data set comprises of 1.81 lakh of rows and 135 columns in which all the data of test activities are mentioned. Now next I have done is renaming of the important columns. Like you can see here, the name of this year column is named as I year. The name of country column is named as country text. So to do better analysis, I have renamed all these columns to have better understandings. Like I year has been renamed as year. I have renamed the country text column as country, prov state column as state, and next I have exported all these columns. I have extracted these are all important columns to do further analysis. Now I've done all the other readings. Like see, this is the afterwards data set, and these all are all the other readings you can see here. Now coming to the main part, that is exploratory data analysis. First I have found the number of global attacks per year, and I have done this by this graph. As you can see here that this data set comprises of terror attack between 1970 to 2017, and by this graph you can see that these states activities has been increased majorly by 2012. After the 2012 and the 2014 was the most affected year in which major terrorist activities occurred, that is more than 16,000 terror attack. Now moving to the number of deaths per year, first I have derived the total number of deaths by terror attack, and that is 4.11 lakh death. Now coming to the number of deaths per year, I have derived this graph in which we can see that the major death has been occurred by terror attack after the 2012, as the number of attack also increased, and the major death was in 2014, as you can see here by this bar graph. Now coming to the reason-wise analysis, I have derived this graph in which we can see that this two-line graph has the major terrorist activities, and this upper line shows the Middle East and North Africa, and this yellow line shows the South Asia, and these two regions has always been more prone to the terrorist activities so far. Now coming to the country-wise analysis, we can see that Iraq is the most affected country by the terrorist groups, and by this graph also we can see that the number of countries which has always been affected by the terrorist activities, the top 20 countries. Now moving to the city-wise analysis, I have derived this graph in which we can see that Baghdad is the most prone to these activities. Now coming to the terrorist groups, I have found the table of top 20 terrorist groups in which you can see that Taliban is the most active terrorist group out of all these. Now coming to the types of terrorist attack, we can see that major attack which has been occurred is by bombing and explosion. Now doing further attack type analysis, we can see that major death which has been occurred by in these terror attack has been done by explosion, bombing, and this blue segment shows the armed assault. So these two attack type has always been majorly used as attack type in these terrorist attack. Now coming to So this next graph, which I have formed, shows the number of wounded people, and in which we can see that by explosion and bombing, the number of wounded people is more than 3.5 lakhs, and the number of death is more than 1.5 lakhs by this attack type, that is bombing explosion. Now, what I've done next is I have analyzed the terrorism in India, in which we can see that the major city, the most affected city of the India is Srinagar, where the most of the terror attack has been occurred. Next, I have formed this graph in which we can see that the number of terrorist activities was maximum in 1990, and after that, in 2010 also it has increased with this extent. Now I have derived this graph in which we can see that the major weapon used in terrorist activities in India is majorly explosive and firearms. Now coming to the conclusion part, the death which has been occurred so far by the terrorist attacks is 4.11 lakh. The most affected year was 2014. The most affected region across the globe is this region, Middle East and North Africa and South Asia. And Iraq is the most affected country. The most affected city is Baghdad. The most active terrorist group is Taliban. And bombing explosive is the most used attack type. And in India, most affected city is Srinagar. And in India, commonly used weapons by terrorists is explosive and firearms. So this was my analysis. Uh, Thank you so much.